G, and it is an absolute honor to guide all of you here to this amazing and remarkable event. Once again, we welcome you all, our dear delegates, VIPs, and esteemed guests. Please give yourselves a round of applause for being here to our two-day convention. Masigabong palakpakan naman po. Thank you so much for your energy, and let's be reminded, brother, that this is a celebration not just of our organization's legacy, but of the people, the protectors, the peacekeepers, and the pioneers who uphold the values of professionalism, integrity, and service in the security industry. And at this time, we proudly open our event with a grand parade. Ladies and gentlemen, as our VIP make their entrance, let us all rise and show our respect. First of which, how about a round of applause to our Executive Vice President for PSA, PADPAO President of Region 6, Police Superintendent 1, our Trustee and Board Secretary, Ms. Susan S. Herbacio. A round of applause, please. Dr. M. Rodriguez. Trustee and Board Auditor. Let's all welcome Ms. Helen C. Aquino. The Region 5, we have Mr. Rolando M. Esquerra. One of our Board of Trustees, we have Mr. Manuel A. Camillo. Trustee and PADPAO President of Region 7, we have Mr. Elpidio A. Tan. One of our Board of Trustees, Mr. Alfredo L. Valdez. As well, let's all welcome Mr. Juanito S. Yuba Jr. and Ibarra. President of CAR Chapter, Mr. Ronald C. President of Region 1, Attorney Romeo John L. Agadiyuma. Palakpakan po yan. President of Region 3, we have President George S. President of Region 7, we have President Hermosillo. President of Region 11, let's all welcome President Emilio C. A round of applause, please. Of course, the seats. Additional to the President of BAR. Chairman of the Board of Security Management Association of POA, Dela Cruz Jr. Chapter President of Region 8, President Benedito Ochea. PADPAO Corporate Legal Director, let's all welcome Attorney Robert B. Nable Jr. President Martin Roy B. Alzate. Chairman, Director Larry E. Rango, PhD. Please remain standing for the invocation, followed by the entrance of callers.
Dear Heavenly Father, We thank you for gathering us all today in this important event. We ask that you bestow your guidance.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, telas ng sinakalan, alam ng puso, sa dikit mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng bagaw, ay hinatang tula, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iingin, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang ay di magtitingin. Luman ang araw ng walhagit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na pagkay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, all together, let's sing our PADPAO hymn.
Walang una sa ating pagpaw, pagdubog at pagturo, upang tayo'y magkaisa sa daigdigan ng asiguridad. O PADPAO naming mahal, tanging ilaw ang tanglaw, landasabi iyong ilawan sa tagumpay. Walang una sa ating PADPAO, bumubog at magturo, upang tayo'y magkaisa sa daigdigan ng siguridad. O PADPAO naming mahal, tanging ilaw at tanglaw, ganda sa iyong ilawan sa tagumpay. Mabuhay o mabuhay ka, PADPAO naming mahal.
How about a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? We need your energy for this one, as we need to mention again that this is a milestone for PADPAO. Palakpakan po natin ang PADPAO. We are celebrating our 67th founding anniversary for our national convention. With that being said, there is no other way to celebrate that anniversary other than opening the event by asking our president, pwede po tayong maupo, in taking the lead for our call to order ceremony.
Today, we are celebrating another milestone. It is my honor and pleasure that we celebrate the 67th founding anniversary of PADPAO. So by virtue of the power vested in me, I declare this convention open.
Thank you so much, President Ramon Mercado. Once again, a round of applause for PADPAO. Thank you so much. We want to begin by, of course, extending our thank yous and gratitude for our delegates. Ang dami po natin. Can you tap the person beside you and say congratulations, you are here? Can you do that for me? One more time. How about the next person beside you? Tap that person and say, good job, you made time. So once again, we officially welcome you to the 67th PADPAO founding anniversary in our two-day national convention. And of course, we'll be calling our convention chairman to give his welcoming remarks to all of us today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to again call and acknowledge the presence of the Vice President for Mindanao and also our convention chairman, Director Larry T. Franco, PhD. Palakpakan po natin.
So our keynote speaker to be properly introduced later. Board of Directors of PADPAO, chapter presidents, participants, guests, visitors, good morning. The security industry in the Philippines is steadily emerging and evolving. As operators, it is important that we remain objective and committed to contributing to the growth and progress of our industry. In the face of ongoing challenges, particularly those related to the ease of doing business, we must remain vigilant against those who seek to exploit or undermine the very people who are the true heroes in safeguarding the lives and properties. Gatherings like this are not only valuable, but necessary. They give us the opportunity to exchange insights, share experiences, and build a stronger collaboration. We are all key players in shaping the future of our industry. With that, I warmly welcome everyone to the 67th PADPAO founding anniversary and national convention with the theme Leading the Future of Security, Innovation, Excellence, and Sustainability. Let us learn, connect, and enjoy the rest of the day. Good morning to each and everyone.
Thank you so much, Director Larry T. Franco, for all our delegates today. Now we are actually proceeding to the meat of our event, our program, as I call our first keynote speaker. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are so honored by the esteemed presence of a distinguished officer who has exemplified a life of unwavering commitment and dedication to public service, setting a remarkable standard for excellence. Born on October 4, 1972 in the heart of Catarman, Northern Samar. Our distinguished guest has been blessed with a wonderful family. He is happily married to attorney Aisa Dizon Alzate and is the proud parent of 3 children, namely Wildred Roy, Winfred Clive, and Wilsol Mar. He graduated the Philippine National Police Academy as a member of Kaagapay class of 1996. This marked the beginning of his journey in the police service as a commissioned officer, marking the commencement of a remarkable career. Displaying an unquenchable thirst for knowledge, our guest pursued a master's degree in public management at Development Academy of Philippines in 2017, subsequently completing in 2018. He further pursued his aspirations at the University of Manila and earned his Bachelor of Laws in 2001. He also did not stop honing his skills and has undergone numerous various military and police trainings. Prior to his current designation, ladies and gentlemen, he was entrusted with several positions that vouch for his capability as a reliable officer in the different units of the PNP, such as Headquarters Support Service, Finance Service, PSPG, PNP Training School, PRO Calabarzon, and DHRDD, and Directorate for Operations. Palakpakan naman po natin yon. Throughout his journey, his exceptional leadership, core values of wisdom, patience and humility have remained steadfast. Notably now, the Chief Sosha wherein current and emerging issues of our security professionals are addressed and resolved. Ladies and gentlemen, it is both an honor and a privilege for us to welcome an exemplary leader and dedicated public servant to this event. Please join me in giving a resounding welcome to the man at the helm, the acting Chief Sosha. Tayo po tayong lahat as we give a round of applause to no other than Police Brigadier General Marlu Roy V. Alzate. Masigabong palakpakan, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. Upo po tayong lahat. Ma'am MC, thank you very much for the introduction. But actually, my representation this morning is on behalf of the Chief PNP, being the guest of honor and speaker for the opening. So I'll be reading the message of our Chief of the Philippine National Police, Police General Romel Francisco de Marbil, and I quote, "It is a privilege to be part of the 67th founding anniversary and National Convention of the Philippine Association of Detective and Protective Agency Operators, or PADPAO. Allow me to congratulate all the officers na nandito po ngayon sa harap and members, yung lahat po na nakaupo, of PADPAO for more than 6 decades of unwavering service to the nation. Your organization has played a crucial role in advancing the professionalism and accountability of private security services in the country. Your consistent compliance with PNP training standards and operational guidelines reflects your dedication to ethical and competent. We value the support of PADPAO extends to the implementation of Republic Act 1191. As we face evolving security challenges from cybercrime to civil threats, our hold the role of law and strengthen community ties. To all PADPAO members, I urge you to remain committed to your call. Be professional, be vigilant, and most importantly, be a true partner in building a safer and more secured Philippines. Congratulations once again, mabuhay ang PADPAO, mabuhay ang PNP. Maraming salamat at magandang araw sa ating lahat. Ananpo.
Marami pong salamat, Police Brigadier General Marlu Roy Alzate, Chief Sosha. Now, muli po masigabong palakpakan naman po natin yan. What a beautiful way to start our national convention. D. Marbil and also to Police Brigadier General Marlu Roy Alzate, Chief Sosha, in grateful recognition of your exceptional achievement and lasting contribution to the private security industry as honored guest speaker during the 67th founding anniversary National Convention of the Philippine Association of Detective and Protective Agency Operators, PADPAO Incorporated, with the theme of leading the future of security, innovation, excellence, and sustainability. To your steadfast dedication, you have not only upheld the ideals of security, you have elevated it into a legacy of purpose, dignity, and honor. You are a torchbearer of innovation and a champion of excellence and a pillar of sustainability. Given this 25th day of April 2025, during the PADPAO 67 founding anniversary national convention at the Soler Resort North, Vertiz, and also undersigned by our national president, chairman of the board, President Ramon D. Bergado. Palakpakan naman po. So we are going to have another photo with our VVIPs and our keynote speaker. Okay. May we request? Okay, smile to the camera. There you have it. Masigabong palakpakan once again. That is a great way to start our exciting convention.
Convention Chairman, Director Larry T. Franco, to give a warm thank you and gratitude to the presence of our presidents. Sir?
Thank you, Michi. I believe this is my task as the convention chairman to acknowledge the presence of the chapter presidents of the different chapters of PADPAO. Please stand as I call your name. Attorney Joseph Go Jr., the President of BAM Chapter. Palakpakan po natin. We have here Director Alfredo Baluyot Jr., the President of Caraga Region. Sana, si Fred. We have Dr. Elpidio Tan, the President of Region PADPAO Region 12. We have here Director Igmedio C. Sulis, the President of PADPAO Region 11. The President of PADPAO Region 10, Director Carlito D. Casino. The President of PADPAO Region 9, Director Raul C. Gomez. Harap daw sa audience, sir, para ayan, makita nila. Thank you. The President of PADPAO Region 8, Director Benedicto Ochea. Sana si Ben. The President of PADPAO Region 7, Director Ramoncito Arquisa. Andun sa dulo. May kasama bang taga Region 7? Okay. The President of PADPAO Region 5, Director Rolando M. Esguera. Ito, pwede bang sumabay ang mga kasama dito? The President of PADPAO Region 4, Director Freddy De Los Santos. Tayo, Region 4. Ang saya. Congratulations, Director Freddy. Mabuhay ka hanggang gusto mo. The President of PADPAO Region 3, Director George Ibarra. Ikaw pala yan. May kasama. Tumayo daw ang lahat ng PADPAO Region 3. Ayan. Andyan pa daw sa labas ang iba. The President of PADPAO Region 2, Attorney Romeo Jan Pagaliluan. May kasama. Ayun, tumayo. Ayan. The President of PADPAO Region 1, Director Neftali D. Pasiliao. And then, taas ng kamay. The President of PADPAO Car Chapter, Director Ronald C. Bani. Balikan ko lang ang mga delegates coming from, all the way from Davao, PADPAO Region 11, under the leadership of, ayan, tumayo lahat ng taga Davao. Ayan. Kasama ang presidente. Ayan. So, thank you. Ang Region 10, Cagayan de Oro City, andyan ba? Participants from Region 10. Tumayo po lahat ng Region 10. Ayun. Thank you. Region 9, andyan po ba? Participants from Region 9. Pwedeng tumayo. Ayun, thank you. From Region 12, General Santos City. Asaan ang taga Jensan? Walang dumating? Apat. May apat. Of course. From Caraga Region, participants. Nandyan po ba? Okay. So, sino po ang hindi natawag? Region 6. Pwedeng tumayo. Participants from Region 6.
Iloilo. Diin na ka mo. Why? 20. Saan? 20. Ayun, palakpakan. Iloilo. Ayan. Ayan. Ay, okay. Alam ma'am, natawag na si ma'am kanina, di ba? Sama sa stage. Okay. So, sino pa po ang chapter na hindi natawag? So, welcome po kayong lahat. Ma'am Helen, ano yun? PADPAO Region 5. PADPAO Region 5. Tayo. Ayun. Kay Colonel Isbira. Ang bilis na nandun ka agad. Sino pa po? Para walang tampuhan, ha? So enjoy the rest of the day. Magandang umaga po ulit sa lahat. Miss Michi.
Company. Saan po sila? Ayun! RJC Group of Companies, thank you so much for being here. Again, we appreciate all of your efforts, your time being here, part of our program. Now, to talk about Anti-Red Tape Authority, the person who will introduce our speaker for the first part, palakpakan po natin Mr. Alex Montañez, PADPAO Vice President for External Affairs. Can I please call again here on stage to introduce our speaker? External Affairs. Give a hand. Palakpakan po natin Mr. Alex Montañez.
Our next speaker, Attorney Ernesto D. Perez, CPA, is the Director General with the rank of Secretary for the Anti-Red Tape Authority, ARTA, Steel Task Force, where he led the investigation of the biggest steel importation in the country. Director General Perez was a litigation lawyer for almost 30 years prior to joining government service. He obtained his law degree from the Ateneo Law School and was among the top 15 in 1986 bar exams. He acquired his bachelor's degree in business administration, major in accountancy from the University of the Philippines, Visayas in 1980. PADPAO is working closely with Secretary Ernesto Perez to amend the S. Let us open our hearts, listen, and welcome Secretary Ernesto D. Perez.
Maraming salamat po. Thank you, Alex, for that very kind introduction. If one of the reasons why I'm joining you here, you have to blame Alex. Because just to share with you a bit of a story, sometime March this year, my staff approached me that saying that somebody would like to meet with me. I asked if there's an appointment, and my staff told me that there's no appointment. And what is the purpose of his visiting our office? I was told that he's going to give me a letter. Of course, normally, of course, that's not for me. Whether it is announced or it is system, and that begins our engagement between ARTA and PADPAO. Beside that, of course, he would not. First, I agreed that I will be gracing the occasion, supposedly at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock this afternoon. But as you know, being in government, I serve at the pleasure of the president. When moments notice, they would arrive. And they rotate, they guard the community. They ensure that at night we can peacefully sleep. Therefore, I firmly believe that your contribution to not only maintaining peace and order, but even relates to our economy, which goes beyond visible presence. The private security industry generates widespread employment and stimulates related sectors, uniform manufacturing, training services, and agency operations, among others. Your services are indispensable to businesses offering protection that allows firms to function confidently, knowing that their assets, personnel, and customers are secure. Organizations such as yours, the Philippine Association of Detective and Protective Agency Operators, or PADPAO, are necessary in this ecosystem by regulating, standardizing, and elevating the practices of private security agencies nationwide. PADPAO ensures that our security guards operate with competence, professionalism, and integrity. This is where economic progress and regulatory capability are front and center. The role of the private security sector and by Leverage International Consultants Incorporated is a part of a series of is part of a series aimed at addressing the growing threats of terrorism, particularly targeting critical infrastructure. As the agency, we reaffirm our mission to eradicate bureaucratic delays, empower local businesses. You can simply call our hotline 12782 or 8888 or email us at complaints@arta.gov.ph. And we're proud to claim this, that as of March 2025, we have resolved 99. So what we're doing is we try to resolve the cases amicably. And the figures show out of the 25,998 complaints that we received, we were able to resolve 25,919 that our President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. signed Proclamation 818 this March 4, 2025, declaring the month of May as the Ease of Doing Business Month and every year thereafter. This nationwide initiative deepens our collective adherence to streamlining government processes, clear communication, and bolstering our opportunity towards a better business environment. Through the EODB month, we reaffirm our mission to eradicate bureaucratic delays, empower local businesses.
Undersigned by President Ramon E. Palakpakan po natin. Of course, kasama rin po si Dr. Edgar on stage and Sir Alex. Maraming salamat po once again for that beautiful message.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. One more. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Country
Okay.
ready for business. That ang layunin ng ARTA ay mapabilis, mapadali at maging maayos.
representative for the AGA party list for the House of Representatives. Congressman Nicky Briones is a representative for the AGA party list from 2007 to 2016 and yung last year natin, last 3 years. He was succeeded by Congressman Rico Heron. In 2013, Congressman Briones was picked to be the leader of the... Then he must be sitting Congressman President. As of July 24, he principally authored 65 bills and co-authored 16 bills. Being part of the following committees, the Cooperative Development Chairman, Agricultural and Food Vice Chairman, Ways and Means Vice Chairman, Flagship and Projects member for the Majority and Tourism. Most of all, Congressman Briones supports local farming as he aims to increase the budget of the Department of Agriculture to help farmers. I am deeply honored to introduce to you and to call our Congressman Nicky Briones of AGA Party List.
Nabati po natin ang ating presidente at ang president ng PADPAO ng iba, si President Mon Mercado, ang isa sa pinaka-magandang kasama na namumuno sa ating association ng security agency ng PADPAO. Ganun din, kasama natin si Colonel sa inyong lahat po, mga miyembro ng PADPAO, sa lahat po ng ating mga bisita, muli po magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. At binabati ko po ang lahat sa ating 67 founding anniversary. Medyo mahaba-haba na po ang ating PADPAO. Ibig sabihin, malayo na po ang narating at patuloy pong lumalaki at lumalago ang ating samahan. At ang ating pong security industry ay nangunguna sa pangangalaga ng seguridad ng iba't ibang institusyon, negosyo at komunidad at na dito sa ating buong bansa. Sa loob ng 7 dekada, ang ating pong samahang PADPAO ay kaagapay hindi lamang po ng buong security industry kundi ng lahat, kasama na ang mga ordinaryong Pilipino sa pagtataguyod po ng public safety, peace and order sa ating bansa. Bilang isang samahan ng ating pong nasa security industry, mahalaga po para sa ating samahan ang manguna sa pagsulong sa mga inobasyon sa security management. Na sweldo at benepisyo, imposible po na tayo magkakaroon ng isang tunay na professional na mga security guards at hindi po maisaayos ang ating security industry kung ang ating mga gwardiya ay dissatisfied. Sa madalit sabi po, napakalaki po ng naitutulong ng batas na ito kung saan ang inyo pong lingkod ang isa sa principal author and sponsor. Kasama po dito yung diwa na si Congresswoman Emily Aglipay. Kami po ang mga nanguna nung ito po ay aming file sa Kongreso. Ang sa atin nga lang po, ang pagkakaiba do sa bill na ating pong isinalang sa Kongreso ay kasama po yung minimum administrative fee. Pero bago po nagkaroon ng ganitong batas, tayo po ay sa mga napakaliit na nagiging administrative fee na nai-charge namin sa aming kliyente. Kaya po hindi namin talaga maibigay ang mga pangangailangan ng kliyente, ang mga pangangailangan ng ating mga security guards na amin pong kasama sa hanap buhay. At hindi po natin mapaprofessionalize ang security industry kung hindi po natin maibibigay ng tama ang pagkakaroon ng minimum administrative fee. At doon po sa aming usapan, sinabi ko na makikipag-ugnayan ang PADPAO, ang AGAP, ang DIWA, at sinabi niya na okay naman, at doon po nag-umpisa yung pagkakaroon ng minimum na administrative fee ang security industry, kung saan nag-meeting ang DOLE, AGAP, DIWA, at saka PADPAO, kasama po ang mga nasa industriya na nangangailangan ng mga security guard. Sa madalit sabi, doon po nag-umpisa, and then ginawa na po nating itong, ipinail po nating bill at naging batas na nga po itong Republic Act 11. Tayo'y nakakadalawa, nakakaisa na representative sa loob po ng 18 taon. Sa makatuwid po, marami rin po tayong mga nagawang batas tungkol sa agrikultura. Meron pong tinatawag yung botsalo. Dati marami pong nabibili ng mga double dead na karning baboy, manok, baka. Ngayon po halos wala na sapagkat may parusa na po. Ang sino man nalalabag sa batas na ito, nagbebenta doon sa palengke, nagbebenta sa mga farm. Sapagkat nakasisira po ito sa aming industriya kapag nababalita na may mga marumpong mga botsa na ibinebenta sa palengke. Marami pong tungkol sa agrikultura, sagip-saka, pre-irrigation act, mga ito pong New Agrarian Emancipation Act, kung saan kinundaw na lahat ng utang ng mga DAR beneficiaries. At ganun din po, para sa ating sambayan ng Pilipino, yung pong Cheaper Medicine Act, kasama po tayo dyan. Yung pong 4-Piece Act, meron din po tayong Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Act, kung saan dito po sa mga university and colleges ay meron pong libreng tuition at school fees. At kasama rin po ang meron pong kabalikat sa pagtuturo at marami pong batas na tayo po ay author and sponsor. Ano? So sana po sa ating mga kasama, ako po bilang nasa industriya ng pamilyang Pilipino, isa po sa pangarap natin, magkaroon tayo ng mura, di kalidad at sapat na pagkain, at mangyayari po lamang iyang bagay na yan kung uunlad ang ating mga magsasaka at mangingisda. Sa inyo pong lahat, muli, magandang hapon, mabuhay ang PADPAO. Maraming salamat. Mabuhay po tayo lahat. Thank you.
Maraming pong salamat, Honorable Nicanor and Briones. Thank you so much, Congressman. Please stay up on stage as we give you your plaque of appreciation together with our convention chairman, Director Larry T. Franco, and the rest of our board of directors. Please come up on stage. Help me. Security, you have elevated it into a President Ramon D. Bergado. Maraming pong salamat. Palakpakan naman po natin, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have gotten so much wisdom from that very quick but meaty speech of our guest speaker for today. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we're gonna be calling someone who's going to talk about him right now, and with his presence, syempre, for sure, marami po tayong matututunan. Muli po, Congressman, marami pong salamat. This time, I'm going to call the Regional President of PADPAO, Region 6 Chapter, and the Vice President of PADPAO in Visayas. Ladies and gentlemen, palakpakan po natin Police Colonel Juan Mabugat Jr. Palakpakan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Host. Actually, I am not a resource person, but a person of interest. A very dangerous person when it comes to the cause of private security agency. Allow me first to extend my warmest appreciation to Mr. Ed Fulgencio for making the 66th founding anniversary a national convention held in Iloilo City, where I am the host, for making it a background in the PADPAO hymn. Mr. Ed, thank you very much. Of course, my salamat, Mr. Congressman, na nauna ka na sa akin kasi itong sasabihin ko is regarding 11917. I have here a position, the PNP, that if possible, para magkaroon naman ng magandang pag-uusap. Kasi Republic Act 11917, especially the implementing rules and regulation, I know, I'm sorry to say, that it was done in haste just to beat the deadline imposed by Congress. Maraming loopholes, maraming gray areas. And one of that, I am calling the attention of all lawyers present. Please educate us. What does Section 16 of Republic Act 11917, which states that any person who violates any of the provisions of this act shall be dealt with accordingly. Kaya magtatanong ako ngayon sa mga abogado kasi natanong ko na rin ito sa mga abogado doon sa amin sa Iloilo. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng any person? For myself, ladies and gentlemen, any person, it goes only to the private security agency and not including the security guard. How about the clients who always violates the administrative code or the administrative fee of 20%? Are they not included to any person? Basta very vocal ako when it comes to the cause of the private security agency. Ngayon, may isang, this next item of mine is pwede ito for the book or pwede ito included, may include sa replace, believe it or not. Ito, tatamaan ito yung mga clients. Kasi this is the situation, ladies and gentlemen. Gusto kong idadalhin sa inyo ito. May security agency last month was invited to participate in an informal bidding. And the requirements is only license to operate, business permit, the security agency, especially here in Metro Manila. To please, if you come to Region 6, pakitabi naman. We are not preventing you in entering Region 6. But please, pumasok na nga kayo, pati gwardiya namin aagawin nyo pa. I have been receiving complaints from the members na, sir, anong nangyari dito? Yung mga guards namin, pinapirate ng mga non-base. So, mag-ano lang tayo, ano yung calling the attention of the non-base May mga non-base security agency na okay naman sila, tumatawag naman. So, gano'n na lang ang para at least magkaroon tayo ng sasabihin, this is in relation to. Ladies and gentlemen, your representation here is with you among the private security agency operators. Thank you very much.
Salamat po, Police Colonel. Ay, mabugat. Marami pong salamat. We appreciate your time and all the information that you have shared with all of us today. Let's just do a little state change. Okay lang po ba? We got much, everyone. And please do not forget that we have also overflowing coffee to cater to you guys to make sure that you are awake until the end of our day 1 and also tomorrow. Without further ado, I'll be calling the next speaker again to talk about business continuity. But before that, allow me to give an amazing rundown of the profile of this amazing guest speaker. Our speaker is currently the National President of the Philippine Society for Industrial Security, or also known as PSIS. He also continuity in the country by the Disaster Recovery Institute International. Wow, amazing. I'm so excited to hear his talk. These are aside from his other certification and degrees in Lean Six Sigma as a Master Black Belt, Data Protection, Occupational Safety and Health, Cybersecurity, public, a lecturer, and a resource person. He also serves other institutions and organizations as a consultant. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to our next speaker to talk about business continuity, Director or Dr. Sebastian M. Powache. Palakpakan po natin, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Congratulations sa PADPAO for the 67th anniversary, and thank you for inviting PSIS. Nagpa-exercise na si Mitchie, pero pwede ba taas ulit kamay? Taas na ng kamay. Sinong gusto matuto? Pakitapik yung nasa kanan. Sabihin nyo lang, excited akong matuto. Pakitapik yung nasa kaliwa, sinungaling ka. Okay. Ginising ko lang kayo. This is a very unholy hour. Very daunting yung task ko, no? Kasi nauna sa akin, very good speakers. Ang susunod sa akin, ang aking teacher, na si Attorney Labe. Kaya kung wala kayong matutunan sa akin, pakitanong na lang po sa kanya mamaya. Kasi siya naman po ang magaling. Very competent Attorney Labe. Ayos ba? Sabi sa'yo, pare, pupurihin kita ngayon pala. Right, so I'll be talking about business continuity. So thank you very much for the introduction. Oh, there you go. So as mentioned, this is just my brief profile. I won't make it long. Currently, I'm again the president of PSIS, the vice president of BCMAP. I'm working for LaSalle still. Konting advertisement lang for those who would like to get the diploma in corporate security management from De La Salle. It's an online course as well for the CSPs. Siguro pwede rin tayo makipagmuha with PADPAO. Right? Sa mga gusto makakuha ng diploma, LaSalle lang naman. Sa ating industriya, please do let me know. Please contact me. These are all online and self-paced courses. Right? So, nagtuturo nga po ako sa UP Ateneo LaSalle. Galing din po akong Bureau of Immigration. I'm very, very happy to see my boss, Sir Galang, ang aming Deputy Commissioner ng Bureau of Immigration during our time. Nagsimula ang aking security career sa SM. Nandito rin ang aking dating boss, Si Sir Aja, magandang araw, boss. Yan. Pag palpak ako, silang dalawa ang sisihin nyo. Currently, I also have my own consultancy, Be Safe Consultancy Training Incorporated. Certified a few months back. Sa mga gusto pong magpa-certify, let me know as well. 3 lang po kami certified instructors in the Philippines. Ito po yung mga batches para sa mga gusto magpa-certify din. Okay? Actually, marami po akong wow mali moments sa convention na ito. Akala ko kahapon ito. So Tuesday pa po ako nandito. Ang isa ko pa pong wow mali yung nakita kong team. Di ko alam bakit sa Facebook. Iba. Right, so what's resilience? And what's business continuity? It's about life safety, emergency procedures, IT disaster recovery, crisis management, enterprise risk management, and information security. There is no such thing as cybersecurity and information security without your physical security. But what is business continuity? Maraming nagtatanong sa akin yan. Short video. Marami na kayong pinanood na video today, ano? So this is business continuity. In a nutshell. I'm sure you guys have been here. Sobrang resilience naman natin is also bad. Kasi lagi tayong bahala na si Batman. Diba? Kawawa naman si Batman, no? Ang dami na niyang problema. Right? So I hope that you are preparing for those as well. And everything is interconnected. The collapse of systematically important supply chain is connected to large-scale involuntary migration, it's connected to cost of living crisis, etc. So na-map out na yan ng mga experts. No? Yan yung mga short-term and long-term. Global risk ranked by severity, cost of living crisis, no? Pataas ng pataas ang ating gastusin. How are you preparing? Yung bang gwardiya natin, na-prepare na rin natin ang kanilang financial management as well, etc. For those who are interested, I can send that to you. Determine probability and impact of identified risks. So again, you identify that, you identify your risk appetite. Hanggang saan lang ba? Hanggang ilang milyon lang ba ang pwedeng mawala? Kasi ako mawalan lang ako ng 5,000, masama na loob ko. No, kaya okay pa ako, hindi ko pa nararating sa casino yung 5,000. Pero baka si Attorney Labek at mawala ng mga 5 milyon yan, chill lang. Sabihin lang sa akin, wow, palengke. Sarap talaga na nauuna, bro. Okay. So I hope you know your risks. You can name it to yourselves. No? Isama na rin si volcanic eruption, active shooter. By the way, you can also go to hazardhunter.ph. It's a project of DOST wherein it identifies your natural hazards in particular areas. So it will display a map. Pag click nyo, lalabas yung mga natural hazards. No, you can. I hope you write it down into a manual. No, and then you rank it. No, normally lang we are asked to put 1, 2, 3. Diba? 5 by 5, 3 by 3, 4 by 4. So severity and probability, no? Criticality and probability. Please identify ano ibig sabihin ng 1, sino dito ang uunahin ng trabaho kaysa pamilya. Yung pagtingin mo sa cellphone mo, walang signal, no, nagkakagulo ng paligid, hindi mo alam kung safe and secured ang mga anak, asawa nyo, kapatid, nanay, tatay. Sino dito ang uuwi? Diba? At yung mga gwardiya nyo rin ba, maaasahan nyo, susundin nila ang GO number 5. Diba? Kasi kung nagkakagulo na lahat, may mga nangangamatay na, tapos sabi niya, hindi sir, unahin ko pamilya ko. Baka sabihin mo, GO number 5. Sagutin ka niyan, sir, GO number 5 bumukha mo, unahin ko pamilya ko. Diba? So pati yun po, kailangan nating paghandaan. The reality of it. Right? And lastly po, no matter the storm, when you are with God, there's always a rainbow waiting. So at the end of it all, of course, tiwala pa rin sa big boss natin. Right? So with that, maraming salamat, PADPAO. Congratulations sa inyo.
Wow, what a beautiful talk. The National President of PSIS. Dito lang po muna kayo, sir. Of course, we'll be calling the rest of the Board of Directors of PADPAO. And also, yes, nandito ang ating presidente. But of course, the Convention Chairman, Director Larry, please join us here. in front as we award our plaque of honor and distinction. This is presented to Director Sebastian M. Puache, the President of Philippine Society for Industrial Security. And of course, this plaque is signed by our President Ramon Bergado. Yan. Sige po. To all our board of directors, please join our amazing speaker. Grabe. I have learned so much about how we can really secure our business, grow it, and we have to be resilient at all times. Sige po. I think this is good already, yes? Smile to the camera as we capture this amazing moment. Maraming pong salamat for your wisdom. Of course, Sir Sebastian Puache, Dr. Sebastian Puache, or President Sebastian Puache. Maraming salamat po. Muli po masigabong palakpakan. Go without hearing a message from our President. Ladies and gentlemen, pwede po ba nating palakpakan the Chairman of the Board and our President, Dr. Ramon D. Bergado.
Beloved brothers and sisters in service, esteemed guests, respective partners in government, our comrades in the security profession, a meaningful and heartfelt day. Before I proceed, I would like to apologize for some inconveniences, which are all unintentional. Like for instance, in the case of Mr. Roger Pedreso, who was left out kanina, but let me inform you that the RJC Group is one of the major benefactors of PADPAO. On his own expense, he brought in 30 delegates sa sarili niyang expense. Kaya po, Don Roger, sorry, there was no intention to hurt you, sir. Marami pong salamat sa inyong support. Today, we are gathered not only to celebrate a milestone, but to honor a noble mission. One that started 67 years ago, when the seeds of private security were sown by our visionaries who believed that the gigantic task of maintaining peace is not a task of government alone, but for all responsible citizens who are willing to stand up in the gap. PADPAO was born out of the sacred calling, not merely to secure properties, but to protect lives, uphold order, and preserve hope in communities long before the siren sound and long after headlines fade. This year's theme, Leading the Future of Security, Innovation, Excellence, and Sustainability, calls us not only to reflect, but also to act. It reminds us that relevance is never inherited. Relevance is earned day by day on how we evolve, lead, and serve. Innovation is the compass that will guide our next chapter. The world is fast changing. Threats are complex. Risks are no longer limited to physical spaces. Security today demands not only courage and commitment, but also connectivity and competence. PADPAO must lead our agencies into this new frontier by encouraging the adoption of smart technologies, investing in the digital literacy, and preparing our guards to respond not only by force, but with foresight. Let us envision our future guards trained in both tactical response and cyber awareness, alert not only just to intruders at the gate, but also to data breaches, digital threats, and behavioral anomalies. The innovation we embrace today is the legacy we will leave tomorrow. Excellence, however, must remain our bedrock. For what good is innovation without integrity? And for what value is technology if we lose our humanity? Excellence is found in the honest wage paid on time, in the proper training conducted with sincerity, in the respectful treatment of every security personnel, not as mere manpower, but as professionals. Our guards are our fathers, mothers, dreamers. Many stand for 12 hours a day, open and appreciated, but never unwanted. So let us give them the dignity they deserve. PADPAO must continue to be the conscience of the industry, upholding standards not of fear of apprehension, but out of this respect for the lives we touch. And that's not easy. But we were not called for an easy job. We are called for an essential work full of challenges. So as we mark the 67th anniversary, let it be known that PADPAO does not only exist, we endure, we evolve, and we lead. Together, we stand not as keepers of the past, but stewards of the future. Mabuhay po ang PADPAO, mabuhay ang pribadong seguridad ng Pilipinas, at may God bless us all.
What a beautiful speech. Thank you so much for emphasizing, President, that we should lead not with ambition but with passion. Marami pong salamat. And with that being said, we're gonna be awarding your Leadership and Service Award. Palakpakan naman po natin ang ating President. And also we'll be calling the rest of the PADPAO Board of Trustees and Officers to please join our National President here up on stage. Pwede po bang tumayo ang 7 years? Masigabong palakpakan po para doon. Since his assumption of office and his forethought, dedicated service, and keen interest in promoting and defending the interest of PADPAO all these years have raised the standards in the private security industry. His 5 years of service in the security industry have thus cultivated the culture of service with integrity, thereby building excellence, trust, and credibility, establishing character, demonstrating competence and authentic leadership among stakeholders. Undersigned by Executive Vice President Colonel Manuel P. Espejo, PAF. Marami pong salamat, President Ramon. We are also inviting Congressman Briones for this photo op with our national president. And the rest of our VVIPs, you are invited to, of course, join our officers, especially our President Bergado, our national president, for this award ceremony. Pwede po ba tayong tumayo at magpalakpakan para sa ating president? Let's just, acknowledge the fact that he actually led us for Almost 3 decades. Grabe naman yon. For 27 years. Marami pong salamat sa inyo pong napakaganda at napakaraming sakripisyo at serbisyo para sa PADPAO. Thank you so much. You may now settle down, everybody. Thank you for giving our national president that sandwich again, that amazing moment with our national president, savoring that moment with him. So tatawagin po natin ang ating susunod na speaker to talk about serving the future, navigating labor and social legislation. So, all right. Since we are down to our last 2 speakers for today, can you please give us a thumbs up sign if you want to give it a go? Can everybody please give us a thumbs up sign? Yes? Yes, we are still ready. His illustrious career spans a wide range of industries, including manufacturing, food and beverages, hospitality, tollways, banking, and BPOs as well, consistently demonstrating his adaptability and excellence across diverse sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado to talk about serving the future, navigating labor and social legislation, let's welcome Attorney Bobby V. Labe Jr. on stage. Masigabong palakpakan po.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Kumusta po kayo? Naantok na? Okay. Last na lang po yata ako bago kay General CSG. So, mahaba-haba po ang aking oras pero iiksian ko lang po ito para mabilis po tayo. Okay, so kanina po nananawagan si President ng Negros no regarding the 20%. Okay, at ako po'y lumabas kanina, may nagtatanong sa akin, ano pong implication ng 20% na yan? So, thank you very much po no, kay Congressman Briones dahil po naisulong po nila yung Republic Act 11917. And that is now a statutory. So, hindi na po siya private agreement between parties. So, ang implication po niyan, kasi dati-rate, wala pong nakalagay na 20% sa service agreement ng security industry. Plainly, wala pong batas, kundi meron pong Department Order 150-16. But of course, hindi po ino-honor yan, lalong-lalo kapag government service, government agency yung nagbibid under Republic Act 9184, yung pinakamababa ang sinusundan nila, di ba? Tama po yon. And na-revise na po yan, Republic Act 12009, Procurement Act ng Government. Okay, ano po ang implication? Sabi ko, that is of course statutory. Hindi na po yan, hindi po siya, that is mandatory. Mandatory po yan. Paano kung nag-agree po kayo sa client ninyo, pumirma kayo, 10% lang, pumayag kayo. Anong effect nun? Anong effect po nun? Yung portion ng kontrata po na yon, which is 10% na nagkipag-agree kayo, void po yon from the very beginning. Because that is against a statutory, that is against a law, that is against a public policy. Ganito naman po yung comprehensive life cycle ng security professional employment. So lahat naman po kayo, I think you are quite familiar with the diagram I'm showing in front. Na yan naman po ang usually na sinusundan natin, ano? Recruitment and pre-employment phase, deployment, employment status and working conditions, transfer, assignment, or floating status, then post-employment remedies and audit. Pag yan po ay susundan po ninyo, mahagip po natin yung iba't ibang regulations, iba't ibang batas, iba't ibang memorandum or DOLE issuances. So makikita po natin dyan sa bawat phases kung ano po yung standard. When we speak of standard, ano pong sabi ng public policy? Okay, ano po yung requirement, including of course, the PNP SOSHA, kasi sila po yung regulatory body ng Republic Act 11917. Okay, so just to remind ourselves that the Republic Act 11917, meron pong kaukulang kulong. Akala po natin, pag tinignan natin violations, of course, penal doctrine. Okay. Kapag kinumplain po kayo ng security guard due to underpayment or non-payment of holiday, basta tungkol sa payment, idamay niyo po yung client ninyo. Okay. I've been doing that. I've been telling that to my clients. Bakit? Ano ang basis? Dole 150-16. Di ba? Automatically, the principal where the security guard is deployed shall be a respondent to a labor complaint if the complaint is about payment, delayed payment, or underpayment. Addition pala doon, no? Hindi ko na isama doon sa... Alam niyo po ba yung ginawa ko na yon? Isang kurso po yan eh. Talagang pinagkasya ko lang po para dito. Kaya pag napansin po ninyo, hindi ko masyadong diniscuss kasi hindi ko rin makakayanin ng 45 minutes yun eh. Kung gusto niyo pong maintindihan ng buong buo yan, tumawag po kayo sa PNP Sosya. Ay, PNP PADPAO. PNP Sosya at PADPAO. Kasi sila po yung nagpapakandak niyan. Kasi ang Sosya po ay tumutulong sa atin. And of course, the PADPAO being a self-regulatory body. They are regulating our industry para maging compliance tayo. So just be reminded yung ginagawa po ninyo na tinatanggal tapos nire-rehire. Okay? So, kapag tinanggal po niyo yung guard at umabot naman ng 6 months yun, ang treatment po niyan, tinanggal niyo yung guard? After niyo tinanggal, nire-hire niyo uli. Pag itotal niyo yung number of months employed ang guard ay umabot ng 6 months, yan po ang treatment dyan ay regular employee po yan. Okay? So, hindi po sila basta-bastang matanggal. Alright?
Actually,
Thank
Attorney
you.
Bobby, it became a very interesting topic. Napakadami po nilang tanong. So, paano po ba ang call to action natin? Can we have, connect with you or... Ayan. So, marami pong tanong. We can write
Ang
it
manager ko
down.
po ay si Dr. Puache at ang employer ko ay si Colonel Espejo at saka si Sir Don Ramon Bergado.
Yeah, so we can write it down, no, attorney, and then we can give it to our coordinators. Those, of course, people that you see in headset, you can just give it to them, and in one way or another, we would really love to address them. But palakpakan po natin, Attorney Robert V. Labe. We are now gonna call our PADPAO Board of Directors to help me out in awarding our appreciation. So once again, this plaque of honor and distinction is presented to Attorney Robert Labe Jr., our PADPAO Corporate Legal Director, in grateful recognition of your exceptional achievement and lasting contribution to the private security industry as honored plenary speaker with a topic serving future and navigating labor and social legislation. Marami pong salamat given this plaque, 24th day of April 2025, undersigned by our National President, Chairman of the Board, President Ramon D. Bergado. Marami pong salamat, Attorney. Palakpakan po. Thank you so much for your attention, ladies and gentlemen. We have seen that you guys have learned from our last speakers. Kitang-kita po namin na punong-puno po tayo sa day 1 pa lang. Maraming tanong. That means you became very interested with those topics that we had. Marami pong salamat again, Attorney Bobby. We're down to our last speaker for today. That is greatly admired by his peers and subordinates in the PNP. A member of Philippine Military Academy, Tanglao Diwa, class of 1992. He was destined to go a long way as a distinguished officer and gentleman in the Philippine National Police because of the aptitude that he has shown ever since he was a cadet in the PMA. Award called Diego Silang Award. Palakpakan naman po natin yan. Such award is given only to native of La Union and to qualified non-resident. And in 2010, he was awarded as one of the country's the PMA. He is happily married to Ma'am Pinky and they are blessed with 3 children. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome the Director of Civil Security Group, Police Major General Leo M. Francisco. Palakpakan naman po natin.
Good afternoon to everybody. Magandang hapon po sa atin lahat. Akala ko inaantok na kayo, pero I'm happy seeing each one of you. To the esteemed leaders and members of the Philippine Association of Detective and Protective Agency Operators, I would like to make mention of the following regional chapter presidents: Mr. Ronald Banhi, President, Region CAR; Attorney Romeo Jan Pagaliluan, the Region Security Investigation of Region 2. We have Director George Ibarra of Region 3. Mr. Freddy De Los Santos of Region 4. Colonel Rolando Isguera, sir, of Region 5. We have also Colonel Juan Mabugat, sir, of Region 6. Nice to see you, sir, in Manila. Mr. Ramoncito Arquisa of Region 7. Mr. Benedicto Ochea of Region 8. Colonel Raul Gomez of Region 9, sir. Mr. Carlito Casino of Region 10. Mr. Igmedio Conde Solis of Region 11. Director Elpidio Tan of Region 12. We have also Mr. Alfredo Baluyot of Region Caraga. Mr. Paulino Oringot of BARM. Welcome po sa lahat ng regional chapter presidents of PADPAO. Of course, I would like to greet also Mr. Director Manuel Briones, sir. Director Helen Aquino, ma'am. Director Roger Pedereso, sir. Director Eduardo Polhenso, the Vice President for Luzon, sir. And of course, my upper class, the father of CSG, Colonel Manuel Espejo, sir, our Executive Vice President. And the very young, kausap ko lang si General Gil Meneses kanina, sabi niya, nung siyang Director CSG, maybe 10 years ago, si Sir Ramon Bergado ay PADPAO President na hanggang ngayon. Thank you very much for inviting me, sir, in this occasion. And of course, to our dedicated security professionals, our partners in law enforcement, other distinguished guests, good afternoon. Today, as we celebrate the 67th years of PADPAO's unwavering service with the theme,
leading the future of security innovation, excellence, and sustainability, we recognize its vital role in our nation's security and peacekeeping efforts. For over 6 decades, PADPAO has been a pillar of stability, ensuring that our communities, businesses, our houses, institutions remain safe through the services of our security professionals. The great philosopher Plato once said, "The measure of a man is what he does with power." This holds true for all of us who are entrusted with responsibility of safeguarding lives and property. PADPAO being a distinguished association of licensed security agencies and corporate security forces all over the country has demonstrated great power, not through force, but with discipline, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to duty. The PNP-CSG deeply values PADPAO as a trusted partner in preserving peace and order. Our private security forces serve as force multiplier, extending the reach of law enforcement by deterring crimes, assisting in security operations, and ensuring that safety remains at that every one of us in the security sectors, in the security professionals, be qualified as reservists in our armed forces of the Philippines. And we are consulting every agency, both in government and private, so that gaps will be filled before it will be presented to you. As we celebrate 67 years of excellence, let us renew our dedication to professionalism, integrity, and unity. Together, we will build a stronger, safer, and more resilient nation. One where peace is not just maintained, but deeply embedded in our community, in our society. Once again, congratulations to PADPAO to this remarkable milestone. Your service is invaluable. Your commitment is commendable. And your future is very bright. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you so much, Police Major General Leo M. Francisco, sir. Kindly remain on stage to receive your plaque of appreciation. This plaque of honor and distinction is presented to Police Major General Leo M. Francisco, Director of Civil Security, PADPAO. Given this 24th day of April 2025, today, during the PADPAO 67 founding anniversary and National Convention at the Soler Resort, undersigned by National President Ramon D. Bercado. Palakpakan po natin, Police Major General Leo M. Francisco. Now, while they're having their photo opportunity, let me just remind some of you, or probably all of you, that we have a President's Night later on at 7 p.m. Mamaya po magkakaroon po ng President's Night at 7 p.m. Dito rin po in this beautiful hall that is a very nice conversation with the rest for us to learn so much as well today. Maraming salamat po. Just one quick announcement. Please be early tomorrow around 8 to 8:30 so you can get a bite for your quick breakfast snack before we can begin at exactly 9 in the morning. So please be early. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. This has been your host, Mitchie. Thank you and see you on our day 2 tomorrow. God bless everybody.